Well, good morning, Plastic Addictions Anonymous and YouTube. This is Joe. We are continuing the MOEBIUS PROSTAR build on the show today. But first, before we do, I want to give my buddy Dave a shout out. He owns Damn Paint, Body, and Detailing. Give him a shout out and let him know that we sent you. Tell him you saw it on Plastic Addictions Anonymous, or tell him Joe sent you. His information will be in the description when the video is posted full, ready to view. Again, give me a shout out. Damn Paint, Body, and Detailing. Everything from fabrication of fiberglass and steel to washing your seats and your carpets. Give me a shout out. He's a family-run business and he's a great guy to deal with. All right, now back on to some more business. All right, so upcoming unboxings for this month in March. This is March 2022. It is Tuesday morning here in South Florida. It is about 9:35, I think it is, somewhere around there. So unboxings we have coming up. Let me go ahead and slide my ProStar a little bit out of the way so I don't do any breaky on it. All right, so now, like I said, I want to do a little bit of business first. Let me go ahead and plug my phone in here, guys. I'm hoping everybody can come in and check out and say hi. Let's see who comes in and says hi to me. We have so few people that I know will pop in, and some may not. It is Tuesday morning at 9:30, so I know people have to work. All right, so first of all, we're going to do our unboxings that are coming up. First of all, you don't want to miss this one. This was sent to our channel by Rick. Rick, I do appreciate you, brother. This is the excuse me, MPC Super 1/16 scale petty car. It's a 1973 Dodge Charger. And let me tell you, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of each one of these. But this one is going to be badass. Okay, here we go. You ready? Okay, you ready? Here we go. Check it out. It's going to be an awesome car. I'll even give you a little peek at wires and everything. We're going to show you everything, but I wanted to show you the build coming up, as well as we're going to be doing this unboxing this month. So check that out. We'll be starting this build and unboxing it this month. Look out for that video. So you got to hit that notification button so you know when I put it up. All right, so there's one. Next one coming up for this month to do an unboxing of, for you guys who like military and airplanes. This is the Airfix North American P-51D Mustang. It's a 172 scale. It's got some more on the back you guys can check out. It will be on the website. I will also have box art on the unboxing video. There will also be box art as well in that. I will also be doing a small TikTok. If you guys aren't following us, it's Plastic Addictions. Hey, good morning, Rick. How are you, sir? Glad for you to be in here. Thank you very much. You just missed, I don't know if you saw it or not, but you just missed me doing the future unboxings for this month. Is going to be the petty car you sent me. Speaking of Rick, this is Rick. Thank you very much. We're going to be unboxing this month, as well as we are unboxing the Airfix, excuse me, 172 North American P-51D Mustang. We'll be unboxing that for you guys who like the military stuff. And my return kit, which I sold this one to another viewer, my first one of these, and that one had, you guys got to check this out. It's going to be an unboxing first, and then we're going to do the build. But on the other one, I did every little bolt and every little rivet chromed. I chromed each and every one of them along the chassis. All right, so this is it, the Autocar DC9964B dump truck, man. This thing is awesome. It's a great build. It's fun. Wasn't too many issues, if I recall, but we'll discuss that during the unboxing. So look out for that one as well. So there's the 3 unboxings for this month that we're doing. Builds will be started per me finishing the ProStar, the Mercedes-Benz, and the Cabriolet in wood. That's going to take a while. So we'll be popping little builds in here and there. Once we build one thing, we'll throw something else and start something else in, so you guys don't get bored with the channel. Let's see what else. Okay, next month coming up is going to be the Monogram Snickers number 8 car. My building partner Zeus here says hi. All right, so this will also be having picture art in it, as well as an unboxing. I will do also a TikTok of that, as well as put it out on Facebook for Facebook viewers. Again, next month will be this is a special kit to my heart because this is for a young lady named Mandy. This kit was sent to me by my brother Dave from Damn Paint, Body, and Detailing to assist this young lady's family in remembering her. If I'm not mistaken, she lost a bout to cancer, and she was a big Mustang fan. So this is a homage to her. It's going to be a blue muscle Revel car. We're going to do an unboxing of this too. It's called Mustangs for Mandy. If you want any information on that, let me know. Their parents are trying to decorate her room in the 2 things she loved, which were models and Mustangs. So you guys keep an eye out for that. That unboxing is coming in. Again, thank you very much, Mr. Dave, for sending me this in from Dan Paint and Body. I appreciate it, and I will make sure to get that out to you ASAP. And she loved the color blue, so we're going to be doing it in a pretty, hopefully pretty metallic blue for the lady. So she has her parents have a good memory of what she loved and that her heart was into. So keep an eye out for that, guys. So that'll be next month's startup. Also next month's startup, I ain't forgot you, Rick, all of them. It's the Gatorade, Bobby Allison. I'm loving it. This is the JR, this is the Salvano Junior models. This is an awesome kit. I've seen the inside of it. I've opened it up. I had to. I couldn't resist. And that unboxing will be coming up next month as well. Let's see. So that's that. What am I missing? Oh, I'm missing okay. This is also a donation to the channel. 65 Chevy Impala coming up. Unboxing done on this will be probably the end of this month, the first of next, as well as starting the build probably. I think I've covered everything. I have one more thing to cover that I'd like to go ahead and cover here. I was sent a few months back a parts box from my administrator, Samuel Stokes. I mean, a really big parts box, guys. The video is on YouTube. Go check that out. But there was this, my brother, my co-founder, Paul, brought to me last time he was here. This is a International W925. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you parts of what was sent to me from Paul and parts what was sent to me from Sam. Now, I combined these parts boxes and I came up with, you ready? This was totally cut up. I have pictures of that out on TikTok. I'll show you pictures on YouTube or Facebook soon. But the back end was cut off. Also, the whole back top was cut off here. So what I've done is I've combined what I got from Sam Stokes, okay, hood and sleeper. I have another sleeper. I'm just testing with this one, but I have hood and stuff from one parts box, and the rest of it is in here. I've already stretched the chassis on this one 3 inches. So it's going to be an awesome build. I don't know if you guys have ever seen. I'm sure you have. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? It's a model channel. Okay, so basically that's what we're going to have. It's going to be badass. Trust me, when I'm done, I'm going to put a sleeper on it. I'm going to open up the back so you can see inside the sleeper. I watched a video. I'm friends with someone on TikTok that does really great diorama stuff. I mean, train stuff, I should say. I'm sorry. Train stuff. He's a trainer. I learned so much from him with electrical. I am going to start putting lights in the rig soon. I just got to build up my stock, and I agree with him. I got to build up my stock and be ready to do what I need to do and have the tools that I need to do it before I do it. So I'm going to start doing that. But this is a smash-up kit that's also coming up for a build. Probably going to start that next month because I'm getting excited. I'm working on one rig. I got to work on 2 or 3 things at a time now. A buddy of mine, Dave, once said, I sling plastic every day of my life, and I think it's in my blood now. I did it 35 years ago, and I just started back on it a couple of years ago. So let's see. What else do we got that we can show you? I don't know if you've seen this or not, Rick. I can show you this. This is a COE parts box as well that I got from Samuel Stokes. I have decided to turn it into a huge, gigantic, it's all busted up right now because I threw it all back in the box like a dummy. But I'm using sprue rails, as you can see, for the framing of a full 100% COE Freightliner camper shell. Oh, that's the roof. I'm sorry, I'm bad. That's the roof. Woohoo! All right, so there's basically the shell that it's going to be, and it's going to be sitting on a dually chassis from a white Freightliner, and it's going to have the Freightliner COE front end. So it's ought to be a pretty badass build as well coming up. These are things that I've got so much in the works, guys. I am trying to get everything going, and there's the other backside of that. All right, we're done with all that stuff. Let's get to what everybody came to see, which was me building and watching the build of the. Oop! I can't do that. That's going to break that. All right. This is a full kit, by the way, guys. This is actually a full kit that I had parts for, that I was given parts for, and that Sam Stokes sent me, and I got a few from Paul Lovelace. I threw them all in here, and I ended up with actually a full kit. I mean, I even widened the rear end of the chassis and everything to handle the. Believe me, you guys are going to want to check this out. I do a little bit at a time here and there. I throw this in, so keep the notifications on so you know when I put a video out, because you never know it. I could be jumping back on this for 15, 20 minutes in the middle of the night and just throw it out there. Sometimes I have problems sleeping. I'm getting my energy back from being not feeling well and having a whole bunch of dentist work stuff done. So, okay, now I've covered all of our open builds and unboxings and stuff like that. This is what we're working on. The unboxing is on YouTube on the channel here, guys. Go check it out if you want to see the contents. Give me 5 seconds or 10 seconds to straighten up a little bit so I don't trip over this when I get up. As of, I think by the end of this week, I should be all done with what I'm doing personally by myself live, as of next week, from Sunday on till Sunday, I think is when he leaves again, the following week, Paul Lovelace, our co-founder, will be here at my house for an entire week to come hang with me. He chose to take his vacation from work and come visit me for a week and stay in my travel trailer out in the front yard. I have a big travel trailer in the front yard. It's a sleeps 10, and it's 35 foot, and he's got all the amenities of home. I mean, it has a couple of issues, of course. We've got to work on it. We're planning on living in it in the next year and a half. And in 2023, we're moving. 2023, we're moving to Tennessee, and we're either going to be living in an old house and building it up, and I'm going to need that to do, to store stuff in, or we're going to be living in that, and we're going to be fixing up, building something. It all depends on how it goes when we find what we're looking for. But we're moving to Northeast Tennessee, and that may be a hard time for me to get out there to you guys as well, because I don't know how the internet it will be or how we set it up. Here we have fiber, so I can just do anything I want. But I know when you move out in the middle of nowhere, which is what we want, we want to be comfortable. We want to not hear all the sirens, not hear all the cars going back and forth, not worried about any of our animals running into the street and getting hit by something. So it's going to have to be the right fit for us, because it's our last home. So we won't be moving again. We've already told our children that's it. We'll be done up there. That's it. We won't be going any further. We will be traveling. That's the thing. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to live easier, simpler, less money, so we can travel in our trailer and go around and see what we want to see. I don't want to travel the world, guys. That's not me. I'd like to see a few of our, national monuments, a few of our, specialty things we have in the country, and be able to do it on my leisure with my camper. But I don't need to see everything all around the world. I need to see just a few more things before God decides to put me back in the soil where I came from. So, all right. So I think that's all it, guys. Yes. Okay, so today, let me go ahead and say that we are only on number 3 here, by the way, guys. And I got a lot of buffing on this. The longer this thing sat, the more this got a little bit more of a bubbly feeling to the top of it. So I am going to literally leave that, because I kind of think that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? But there's a little bit that came down here on the side. I'm not sure if that was in the mold or not, because it's not on the rest of the truck. So I'm wondering if just the mold peeled out a little bit and it just made my paint look good. But I'm going to buff all the sides of this out all the way around and get rid of all that except for that center piece right there, which I think is going to be pretty dang cool. So, and same thing here. There's nothing on the front, nothing on the front edge, nothing that just a little bit that I have to buff out. But these were molded on the same sprue, so it could very well be that it just peeled over. I don't know, because the paint job on the rest of the truck looks outstanding. So I'm going to be doing that. So this build is going to take a while, guys, so don't think that I'm going anywhere or doing anything too spectacular in the next couple of months, other than doing all of our unboxings. That's going to be cool. Checking all these kits out and how they're going to be built. But I have enough to keep you guys busy for a while. So I do appreciate everybody helping me out and making sure that I have a lot of stuff to do and a lot of stuff to show you guys. 3 is what we're going to be doing today. 3 and 4, I think we'll try to get done, depending on our time. I just ran my mouth for 15 minutes. But anyways, 3 is the front axle, and 4 is the rear axle. I have not painted anything. I'm going to wait till the entire chassis is put together, paint it all black as one, or brown as one. I haven't made my mind up about that yet, because I may want to rust it. I'm not sure. I don't know if I want to get into that weathering stuff or not. I like builds that, when you build it, it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be sweet, it just has to be built. It looks good, and it's all the parts are there, and you did a good job on it. That's what you're proud of. I'm not the greatest painter in the world. My eyes stink, my hands stink, they shake all the time, so. And my airbrush is behind me. I finally got that set up. Paul's going to force me to use it this month, I'm sure, this week when he comes. So starting next week, by the way, Paul's going to be here. The next thing we'll be doing is the frame. So when I'm done with 3 and 4, the next video will be the frame. And we'll be adding 3 or 4. I'm sure we'll be going right on to. I may even have the frame done and just be adding components to it. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Because the frame is kind of tedious. I don't know. You guys want to see that, Rick? I don't know. Have you ever built one? I'm sure you know what a chassis looks like, bro. So, but I guess we're going to go ahead and get started. So, like I said, I haven't painted anything. I probably should paint it on the sprue here, but I'm going to be a little newbie model builder here, and I'm just going to pop stuff off and build it, and we'll paint it later on when it gets all on where I need it to go. Or paint it individual, depending on what it is. And I haven't decided. I know the base is going to be black or brown, but I haven't decided whether to give it a little bit of red accent or a little bit of an orange accent, a little bit of a copper accent or a brass accent. I haven't chosen that yet. I'm just kind of got so much going at the time, so many things going in my brain, I'm not quite so sure I got it. I am working, by the way, for you guys who know about the Model Asylum's breakfast menu. I am still working on that. I had a couple of glitches trying to get it to Facebook the other day. They didn't accept it for some reason. I don't know. So I got to go back and figure out what the heck I did wrong. I don't know what their new stuff is going on, but they can, they can do all kinds of crazy crap and not let you do shit anymore. Excuse me, stuff anymore. Oop, beep. I try not to do that. I know everybody does it, but I try not to do it. So we are looking for, magnifying glass. I am not ready. Shame on me. I was too busy talking about all the upcoming cool builds and unboxings we got going. All right, let's see if we'll need that. We'll need that. What else are we going to do? Painting? Not yet. That should be all we need for now. Let me get a sanding stick. All right. So now we are going to do 3A. And I'm not going to read this whole thing to you guys, but if you guys get the kit, you can read it. So 155 to begin, this is what we need, which is the main axle, which is this piece right here. I don't even have to look at the number, but I will just to make sure that I'm covering my butt. And of course, you can't read it on that side. Can you read it on this side? No! So it's probably on the box, right? Or on the instructions. No, I don't remember seeing it on the box. I don't. No, I didn't remember seeing it on. It's got to be in the instructions somewhere. It gives you tells you what numbers where and why. All right. Anyways, it's the cross member for the front end. It's the front axle, so you guys could fairly figure that out, I'm sure. All right, so we're not going to do that. We're going to do this. Well, Rick, I do appreciate you coming in and hanging out, bro. Are you actually building too as well? And next thing we are going to need is the right lower. It looks like it says pitman arm. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Retainer, excuse me. Woohoo! And it is number 180. So by its shape. Look at that shape. Oh, there it is right there. By its shape. Okay, so that's 5. That's 179. That means this one's going to be 180. Sorry, guys. I was trying not to use my light, but boy, am I blind today. Holy Toledo, guys. Okay, 180. Gee whiz. Life of an old guy, huh, Bubba? You hear me okay, Rick? All right. So there's that one. We're going to do it just the way they're telling me, right here off the top. I thought it was a turning axle. I'm not quite so sure it is. So we need 77 twice, and we need 179 for the other side. Okay, so facing this downward this way. Is there any difference between the sides? No, so it's downward this way. This one goes over here like so. And then we need 77, right? 77 it said. I don't think that I'm on the right rail for 77 though. Definitely not, but we can do 179 off here. Oops, wrong one. Excuse me. I need to get a drink here, guys. All right, so. Hey, that's why I don't use clippers sometimes. All right, let me get a drink here and we'll keep moving. So now we need to put this back over here and we need 77, which is going to be on another rail. All right, so let's pull the rails out. Let's see what I can find with my own eyes as opposed to, because I know all that's one thing. And this is, let's see, I know what they look like. So let's see. You know, there's a totally different radiator in here. I got the radiator on it. Look, here it is. Oh, come on. You were sitting purdy. There we go. You're going to fall off. I knew you were going to do that. All right, anyways. I got the engine built already. Rick, just so you know. I didn't do anything too fancy. Like I said, I'm into, the shiny outside kind of, and kind of looks like it's, been sitting on the shelf for a while. So, but I did a good job on the engine. The engine looks really cool. I did find red and yellow and blue and all kinds of engines out there. Let me move this over here. I don't want to mess that up. All right, shut that off. All right, so we're looking for 70. So basically, I'm really looking for the part is what I'm looking for, not the number. Because once I see the part, I'll know what it is. I hope anyway. I may be wrong. Okay, that looks like it might be them over there. All right, they're just little round studs that go at the bottom of each one of these pegs. At least that's what it shows on the instructions anyways. And this is supposed to, I think this is them. Because there's round ones and square ones, and there are 4 of them. So logic has it that that's what I'm looking for, but the number is where? Right here. So let's see what the number says. La 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 la. That is definitely not them. 285 times 4. Nope, that's not them. We're looking for 77. 77. Are they in the bag? Oh wait, here we go. Here's a whole bunch of front end parts, guys. Front end and rear end parts. Okay, they're probably on here. There they are, I think. That's probably them right there. Oh, that's 77 right there. Okay, so that one's 77. Correct. So is there another 77? Woo! Okay, so we're going to put this back now because we know that we got all that out of that. And I'll straighten all this up later. So I have a cat, and I'm in my living room. So I noticed everybody. I had a question somebody asked me the other night in the PM. How come my desk is always so cleaned up? It's because I have a cat, and I've had several things come up missing. So so yes, there are 2 77s. There are 2 sprue identical guys, just so you know, 2. There are 2 identical sprues. So there's 177 on each one of these, okay? So now you have the other 2. I don't want to mix them up. So we're going to keep them on the same sides. So we're going to do 170. We're going to do 77 on one side and 77 on the other side. 1 for each rail. So let me go ahead and put this out of the way now because I got those. So watch out. You're just cutting these things off, man. Keep them in your fingers because they will spew. Gone. There's one for that side. And then we can put this away. No, we can't. We're going to have to get the other stuff, which I'm hoping everything else is going to be on this rail. That's why I pulled that big rail. It does appear to be so. Let's see. I'm just kind of browsing across. Yeah, there's everything for the front end. Okay, so cool. This should be this rail should be, you know, all we have to go for other than these 2 maybe when we do the brakes and stuff. We'll see how that goes. What was I doing? Oh, 77. All right. So I figured I'd spend a half an hour, 45 minutes with you guys. I didn't want to bombard you on a Tuesday. I know everybody's got their things they got to do. All right, so I want to look at the part again real close to make sure that those studs stay. They do look like they stay, so I don't want to cut them off. So that's another reason this thing is taking me so long. My glasses are definitely out of date. I got to go get my eyes checked. And I haven't had to use a magnifying glass this much in all of my life. So, all right, let's go ahead and trim these 2 77s up, as well as trim up the cross member, as well as trim up the 2 pitman arms, is what I'm calling them. They're calling them lower retainer, is the ones with the pins. These are they're calling these lower retainer. And this is the left lower retainer. This is the right lower retainer. All right, so we got those out. Let's go ahead and clean them up like I said. I think this is the one that I wanted to use. Yeah. All right, now there's going to be sprue edge on it, and there's going to be a little square peg on the end of it. Don't cut the little square peg off. Only trim what came off with the sprue. Okay, so that should do that. Now I'm just going to kind of touch it a little bit with because I don't want to change the shape. Just going to kind of like knock that edge off. Because it does look like it does turn. So I'm going to try and make sure that everything is nice and clean and nice and smooth. So also don't forget to come check out when I do Facebook or the Model Asylum. So I want to give those guys a shout out too at the Model Asylum on Facebook. They do anything model related there. They love it all. So if you guys want to go check them out, you can. I mean, they do everything from dioramas to boogeymans over there. So I do want to kind of, I don't like having the mold line right in the middle of the So I do get that off. So that's not a big deal. It also helps clean up where the glue is going to go. So that's just my own personal, I'm a pain in the butt with that. You don't do it too hard, just enough to get the little tiny glue mold, or mold line down. That's all I'm doing. Okay, and there's a little pin on this side. Or is that where it was on the sprue? That's where it was on the sprue, Joseph. And sometimes if you guys have problems getting your front ends to sit correctly, that could be why. And more than likely is when you pulled it off the sprue, if you didn't get that one line right here all the way down, it's not going to sit right on the springs. It's going to lean to one side. And no matter how many times you turn the dang thing around, it's not going to work. All right, so that's all cleaned up now, ready to roll. Don't know, I kind of want to get the rest of that off. Where's my little, oh, there it is. Ha ha. There's my little sander. All right, if I get quiet, that's just because I'm saving my energy. No, that's just me concentrating on what I'm doing. So if you guys got any questions, please let me know. Hey, Zeus, stop. Thank you, Bubby. Dog over there scratching. He's like a little baby sometimes. I give him a bath, and he doesn't like it, so what's he do? He goes and chews on it because his backside starts itching. But I do medicate stuff with you. I know. Okay, back up. All right, there's a little bit of a end of this piece of mold on the end of this pin, and I don't want it to give me a problem, so I'm going to try to get that off real quick. No, it's not the pin. It's just a little piece of molding on it. Sprue, I should say. So I'm actually using just a little bit of a downward stroke just to give it that. Yep, this one's got the same thing. And it's a little bigger. So I've got to clean that up first without cutting off the actual pin, which I don't want to do. Okay. Here we go. All right, there we go. Now you just cleaned it up with the thing. So what are you working on there, Rick? I don't even know if you can hear me. You didn't answer that question yet. Can you still hear me, Rick? All right, so now, like I said, we got 179 and 180. We're going to clean them up now as well. Just watch your lines and then clean it up with a little bit of a sanding. There's a pin here as well with sprue on it, so just get to the edge of it. Don't cut it off too short. Make sure you go a little bit at a time so you know which one you're cutting. All right, that's got shut. That should be okay. All right. Same thing. Okay, this doesn't look like it's got as much on it. It needs a little sanding though. This edge does. All right, now a little sanding on them, and then we're gonna. So basically, this is not gluing any of these. Note. Okay, it says not to get glue on the edges to make them move around. Ha ha ha, how the heck am I supposed to do that? No, I'm just kidding. We'll figure that out. I didn't cut that close enough, and it's going to really show, so I got to clean that up a little better. That should do it. Yeah, that's a lot nicer. Nice, a lot more rounded. All right. So if you're going to make the steering on the front end of the steer, I would recommend you take your time and clean up all these little parts really good. Make sure they're smooth. Make sure they're not going to grab and bind anything. Make sure they don't have any little bit of overflow of your plastic from the mold on the pins or nothing. And I think that's why this build has taken me so long, because I did the same thing with every piece that I've put on so far. I've kind of, well, except for the body work, I still got to fix all that, so that's why it's not glued. All right, that one. Let's finish up on this one, and then we're ready to go. I see a little bit still on the front axle. See if I can sand this off rather than put it back down and try to do it again. Yeah, that's better. All right. Well, I do appreciate you coming in and hanging out with me. I really, really do, Rick. And I hope you'll come back and check out the videos when I put them out for the unboxings. I do thank you very much for your donation to the channel and myself as well. It was awesome gifting. It really was. It's an amazing thing that you did for to send kits and help me support the hobby. And by doing that, you help support me on this channel, which is an awesome thing, as well as Plastic Addictions on Facebook. So I haven't mentioned them either. Plastic Addictions on Facebook. You guys go check them out as well. Again, I'm just trying to sand it smooth. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It's just got to be smooth, because I'm going to come back in and paint it anyway. Once I get everything built on it, I'll do a really light coat. Maybe I'll have to do this one as airbrush so I can get a really light coat on it. All right, I think we did it. Oop, here we go with the dropsies. And that's why I'm only doing 45 minutes. Give myself a 15-minute break. And my analytics tell me that nobody watches the full entire hour of the show anyway, so I got to start doing smaller shows. Maybe I'll just do a couple of 30 minutes or a day or something. I prefer to do an hour because you get a lot more done, especially after doing all the, intro and all those things, you need to do. So let's see. This one looks, let's see if I have this one this way. This one goes over here. This one goes over here. This goes on the bottom. Okay. So now, so that's cool. Check to make sure what it looks like. Okay, that's cool. And that's cool. Okay, so now what they're telling me to do is go to this, which is the next step, and get off the number 70 backer plate on both sides ×2. Number 78 steering linkage. Number 161 tie rod. Okay, you guys got all that? All right, so now what's going to hold this thing together, it appears, these two parts, is going to be the backer plate. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do 70. How come that doesn't look like that one? Oops! We're on the wrong sprue. There's one on each one of these, just so you guys know. Okay? There is different ones. So, okay, so what they've done is they've just made two molds of the same exact thing, and each one of these parts, one are in each one. Okay, got it? And then the bigger parts are on this bigger sprue over here. Let me show you that a little bit better. Because here are all the front end steering mechanisms and everything down here. And here's the drive shaft, and here are all the rear end parts in here, as well as the small little drive shaft to the transfer case. Here's a couple of, over here are your center braces for your chassis, here and here and here, as well as other shock parts and stuff like that for your rear end. And steering box and everything are over here. So we're going to be switching back and forth to these because these have two of what I need on it, one on each one. So we're going to go ahead and cut this off and get these two set up too. And while that's drying, we will do the tie rod, pull the tie rod off. So there's one on that one and one on this one. Just remember that. Don't get frustrated. There's two of these rails, and the way they did it is it's just remolding of the same rail. Okay, so there. All right, so there's that. Now we need to go over here. It shows and get. Oh wait, let me make sure that the other part I need is not on here. No, it is not, which means it's on here. Okay, so what number is that? We are doing 178. So yeah, that's going to be on here. So let me see if I can't find it real easily just by looking. If not, we'll start searching numbers. Okay, so there's the tie rod end, or the tie rods. 160, 181. God, I can't believe I can't see that. 161. See, my eyes aren't so good. All right, now be careful when you cut this one off, because this one's got the little round holes at the end of it to attach the end pieces over there. So be very careful when you do this. Okay, so I got that off. Now I thought, oh, I did see it. It's right there. Okay, so there's the other piece that I needed right there, which was what I say it was? 178. Correct. And yeah, it looks like it's, but yep, that's it. Some of these are numbered, some of them aren't. So I'm getting lucky here with some of these now. So here we go. That or my eyes are that bad I didn't see the numbers of the other ones, and now I'm looking closer. Could be that too. Oh wait, I don't know if that, is it just rounded at the end, right? Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure that it didn't have a little peg on the end of it before I cut it off, and I'm cutting the peg off. Okay. All right, so now that's all the parts next for 3C. So, 3B. So we did 3A. We got them all cut and cleaned. We're going to clean up 3B, and then we'll assemble 3B. And then 3C looks like it puts on the brakes. And then we'll be moving on to 4, which is the rear axles. All right, so let me clean these up first. Yes, this rod is straight across. It does not have any angles that come out of it. Okay. I just don't want to mess these up because these go to a specific place. So those go there. Those go one on each side. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and trim this off with my knife. And then I'll sand it a little bit. I hate sanding these round things because it always makes a little flat line on it. So, Rick, is there any one of the future upcoming unboxings that you want me to tag you in so that you definitely don't miss it? I mean, I can tag you in all 3 of them. That'd be fine, too. That's what I'll just do. I'll just tag you in all 3 of them so you know when I put each one out. I don't want you to miss that because I do appreciate your generosity. Now, I am building a truck now, so I know I said that I was probably going to get into the auto car dump truck, but I'm thinking I want to do a car first. So I know I'm going to be starting one of the NASCARs. I'm just not sure which. And I know that I need to start the Mustangs for Mandy build. All right, I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. I need to get me one of them little drill thingies. Hand drills. Tiny bits. What are they called? Driller's drill? Or hobby drill. I got a Dremel over here. But I'm not quite so sure I want to start pulling that out every time I need to clean something up. All right, that needs to be cleaned a little bit more. Excuse me. All right. All right, so we took care of that now. Now we're almost ready to put these together, and then we can be working on getting the brakes off. At least I think that's what they are. I didn't really look for the physical name of it. And I still got to drill out to make sure there's a smooth turn on that, as well as this thing here, it looks like. All right, so that's nice and smooth. That's the only place it was hooked onto the sprue, so that's all we got to do. We'll finish the front end today, and we'll work on the back end tomorrow. How long have I been on? Oh, I got about 20 minutes left. Maybe we'll just pull the parts off so we know what we're doing. And I'll build it tonight, and tomorrow we'll do something else. Okay. Now, there are 3 squares on each one. I'm assuming the squares go to the smaller square goes to the bottom. No, the smaller square would go like to the back side, it looks like. Behind. Okay, so if you put the tie rod on one side, the smaller boxes go to the back side, like so. Okay, so this one would go on this side, this one would go on this side, right? Make sure of that. Yes, correct. That is what it looks like. So they're telling me to do this. Oh, good. I don't have to. Do I need to swag this? Maybe I should swag this. What do you think? Or schlag it. Whatever the heck it's called. But it doesn't show to do that. Does that mean it won't fall off? Oh, it might be beveled. Alright, so this is going here. This is going. I'm going to go ahead and put this tie rod on the arms, left and right, for now. Okay, so that's cool. It is a little tight. Trying to get it to loosen up, trying to get it to push down and loosen up a little bit. All right, there we go. All right, so now, as long as these are facing forward, like so, I should be able to, in theory, put this into here under this one, which is where it goes. And it says be careful not to get any glue on these little pieces, so of course, don't get any glue on the little pieces. All right, here we go. We are going to build this thing finally. Hey, Dan. Glad to have you, Sarge. I'm back. Did you miss me, Dan? Probably not. I didn't miss me, dude. Don't worry. But we have Paul en route in 5 days or 4 days, I believe. What is today? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I can't even believe that I had to count that. 5 days. On the 5th day, he will be here by 3:30 at the very latest, unless his plane gets delayed for some reason, which I'm hoping everything goes smooth and 100% for the man so he can get here. All right, so I'm going to clean this edge up here too. You hear me okay, Dan? I'm not quite so sure if Rick is still here. Rick, meet Sarge. Yeah, right, exactly. No kidding. Agreed. I'm just, like I said, I'm, not only that, my eyes aren't so good, Dan, anymore, so I'm having to use a magnifying glass a lot more than I wanted to. Believe me. All right, so now we know that this goes yonder. Yonder, is that the right word? Yonder? Okay, so one of these has a flat back on it that receives this piece here to it. So how does that receive that piece? I got to find that out. Okay, these are both the same, so they go to the bottom side. Turn this over. They go to this side. Da, da, da. Do not get any glue on those. All right, so here we go. Ready? Not getting any glue on anything. Oh man, I ain't got the glue open yet. Cool, thank you. Yep, a week from this coming Saturday, correct. We will be in your view, other than on the screen. Ooh. All right, so let's get that out because that don't belong to anything. So this one goes to the bottom here. You know, you didn't really miss anything, Sarge. I just did the my normal, introduction and my normal shout out, and then I did a couple of what's coming up this month for unboxings. You can check the video out later if you want to see that. It's in the very beginning. All right, so am I doing this backwards? Oh man, I am. Oh, crud pie. Okay, these go on the bottom, by the way, guys, not on the top. These go on the top. All right, so squeeze that past the hand there, so I can get this one in here. Okay, so once we get this in here. Right now, I am just fighting to make sure that I'm not getting any glue on anything and getting dog hair off of it. All right, so we're gonna do a little. Get off of there. A little dab. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do that. I liked doing that last time I did it. It worked really well. All right. So now we're just going to put some glue on there only. And now we can, that goes to the back side like that showed. All right, one side. It actually snapped right down onto that. I'm very surprised. Just give it a little push to make sure it's seated. And there it is. Okay, there's one. All right, then we're just going to repeat the next side the same way, and then we'll move the tie rod back around to it. Get it out of the way for a minute. Let's just go ahead and get it off for a minute. How about that? Let's do. That glued to me. All right, same thing. We're going to put this one on here. I just got to remember which side the little hole goes to the back side. Okay, so we're going to put this one on here. And we're going to put, come here, you. This one on here. Right. This one on here. Hold it to this side. All right. So here we go again. No glue on the spindle. We want it to turn. I'm shaking a bit more than usual today too, guys. Sorry. Another reason stuff's taking me a little longer than usual to get put on. But it's not a race. I'll get it done when I get it done. Appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. Yeah, I already talked to Paul this morning. We're excited. We're excited. I'm excited the man decided to come take his... Oh, he wants to come take his vacation, come and visit me. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. Shoot. All right, let's see, make sure I got this right. And the little square goes to the backside. All right, let's see if this one pops in as well. Of course not. This one wants to fight. I'm not going to let it, though. Nope. Got it. Ha ha. Nope, nope. Oh, you're kidding, Blanco. It's in the hole, but it just made me come off of there. God dang it. Get back on it. Get back on there. Get back in that hole. You scroungely witch. Hello. Ah, there we go. Now we're cruising. We are cruising down the road. All right. Let that set up for a couple of seconds here. And then we'll put the tie rod in. All right. We got floppy wheel walls. We got floppy wheels. Okay, cool. All right. So as not to damage anything, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this stays where I want it to. Go ahead and get it in here now so I don't keep playing with it in the future here. Okay, so let's do it this way. How's they got it showing? I'll make sure also. Okay, so yes, so there is a flatter side to this tie rod end. The tie rod end that has the flattest edge. There's two edges, two different. One's flattened all the way to the cross member, and one's just the end of it is like right at the edge of it. So right at the edge of it, where the flat part goes up, the rounded part goes to the. There we go, axle. All right, the left and right retainer. Okay, so there we go. We have a turning axle, guys. All right. So now, next thing is, I think that's a steering arm of some sort. I know I got it right because everything popped in and everything is still together. I'm just going to kind of make sure everything is set up where I want it. Nice and flat, right up against each part. And then I'll set it down. I also want to make sure that it's not leaning in any way, shape, or form. I want it to be straight. So you got to kind of pull down on it just a little bit just to make sure it stays in there. Also make sure that the tie rod end part stays in. And straight up and down. We should be good to go. We golden. All right. I'm not going to put that little piece in yet. I'm scared of that little piece, to be frankly honest with you. Because it's going to come off eventually. So that's 178. So now we're going to go to step 3C. Now 3C has a little warning here. It says, brake actuator pin fits into this square hole on the opposite side of the backer plates. Okay, so now, and they want me to take which are the right brake actuator and the left brake actuator. 185 is left, 186 is right. And I know I saw those. Where did I see them? Here. That's going to be these, I believe. $184 and 183. No. 185, 186. So 184, 183. See, there's another one you can't really read. That's 182. I need 85 and 86. Ah! Two, three, four. Cha 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 cha. That's got to be it, man. It just looks so much exactly what they're talking about. No, actually, it doesn't. That's it right there. Got it. I got it. Yep, that's 186 and 185 is on the opposite side of the rail. Oh my God, guys. You're kidding me, right? Look at that. 185, 186 right there. I looked right at it 3 times. Okay, yep, that's 185 there. Where is my cutters? There they are. So we're gonna leave the some sprue on 185. So no, that was the first one I pulled off. How about that? So we know that that's 185. And this is 186 right over here. All right. So, and I see that right at the end of this little pin, there is definitely a small piece that connects to it. So let's sand this up a little bit, just to get some of that sprue back off of it. Yeah, I think this is the first real plastic I've touched, and other than doing that 925 skin, or whatever you want to call it, repairing the body and the roof. That's all I've really done, plastic-wise. That's the thing. Sometimes it's hard for me to sit and do anything. Hey, call it ADHD, call it whatever the heck you want. But I got so much to do in the next year and a half, my brain just kind of like overfries. I'm trying to get as much as I can done first thing in the morning when I get up before my body says, you can't do no more, you're old. So I get up and do as much as I can, and then it's done. I'm done, man. But I do love my plastics. Okay, there's that one. Now we know that this is what? This is 185 and this is 186. So we got to remember 186 is on my left. Because it does matter. I have a piece of plastic, guys. Oh, that's great. Wow. Wow, I was thinking of England. Funny you should say that. I'm been on TikTok. I've been following this gentleman. His name is Lee, and I think it's LLR models. If you're on my TikTok, go check it out. He's in my favorites. He's in my just go underneath my heart. You'll be able to see who I followed and stuff. I don't hide that. There's a couple of weird ones in there, just funny ones, not weird as in weird bad guy type things. It's just weird ones from people that are being funny. Okay, so 185 and 186. I got to find out which one goes which where. Okay, so if I have, it does show me swagging that as well. So I should do that real quick. Let me get my flat screwdriver out, the one I always burn up. Let me get my lighter real quick. I want to make sure that this doesn't come off, so let me do this real quick. All right. All right. This is where it's really going to be fun for me to get this done right. All right. This is where I'm hoping I don't shake too much. This is the hard part for me. All right. I forget what this is called, but I'm going to melt the plastic above the tie rod without damaging the tie rod end so that it stays on. It doesn't keep falling off. I'm just heating up a flat screwdriver, and I'm just going to kind of like push it down a little bit without touching it. But do it from the outside is what I'm going to recommend. I'll show you in a minute if I can get it done real quick. So hang in there. Okay, so here we go. Put that down fast. I'm turning it to the outside, and then I'm going to take the hot, and I'm just going to put it right on top of the peg while watching exactly where it's going. Well, that wasn't hot enough. Okay, that stunk. Round 2. Let's give it another try, guys. Yes, I have a soldering iron over here I could be using to unplugging in, but that means I got to go dig it out. I got to plug it in because I can't leave all this stuff out. I'm in my wife's living room, man. I'm at our personal desk. I'm at our personal home computer. I mean, my kid uses it for homework when he needs to. And okay, I did it. That one worked. Yeah, that's beautiful. Look at that. Nice little. I don't know if you can see that or not. Nice little flat spot on the top of that. Yeah, it's perfect. All right, let me push this. See, that was already starting to lift up. See, you got to watch that. All right, that's why they want you to do this. It didn't say to do this, by the way. Let me make sure it didn't say to do this, and I was wrong. Don't install the wheels at this time, it says. Just like I said with the engine, set the engine aside. So we set the engine aside. Let me get this out of here. So we have the engine here. Okay? All right. And again, I'm not that, like I said, I'm not the Mr. Fancy builder, but I like my buildings. So, and you got to watch out, because the more I'm watching these guys on TikTok do this train stuff that they're doing, and how they're doing these buildings, and how they're doing all these cars on it and lights on it and grass and trees and, you know, roads and people, and that's really cool, man. I even brought out a gigantic Christmas thing to see if I could make it work with any of my builds. Wait for Paul to get here and see what we're going on. Maybe we'll build something with it's a plastic one that's supposed to go around your Christmas tree. I dug that up. It was in my kid's closet. My youngest is 13 now. He don't play with them little trains anymore. All right. Here we go. Again, just hold it on there. It's hot enough. Pushing down slightly. Try not to touch the rod itself. There we go. Did pop up, so I'm going to bring it back down a little bit. Make sure it didn't seal. Nope, didn't seal on it. All right, I got to bring it down a little bit more. Kind of like a mushroom head on top of it. You know, that's a good idea. I never thought about that either. You're right. That's a really good idea. I have small little candles too. I have a Bunsen burner actually over here, for that matter. Not a Bunsen burner. Well, it is a Bunsen burner. It's one of those little gas things that light up. Probably should have just done that. But I've used this so many times now, it's not really good for anything else. And I broke the tip of it off one day trying to get something undone that really shouldn't have been used for. So I turned into a perfect... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. All right. Beans. Okay, we're good. Set it to the side for a minute. Let that cool off. I don't want to touch that sucker. No, on my luck I will. That's sprue. That's garbage. So I'm sure I got everything. Okay, cool. We go here. Now, it's facing forward to me. Okay, so they're showing that the left one goes in here to the back side of it. Oops. With the tie rod forward. The number 1. Woo-hoo, hoo, 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 hoo. 185 and 186 are what we're working with. 185 is, or 186 is left. So I don't know if you want to call this left or right or whatever. But it comes off the back side of it. And it goes down on that just like that. Here, down here. I'm just trying to make sure I'm looking at it correctly on there. Yep, so it goes down here like so. I'm just trying to make sure I'm facing it the right. Oops, facing it the right way. Okay, so this one goes that way, and this one goes this way. Okay, so now these just go right back here. All right. So again, trying not to get any glue on anything, other than what you want to. I'm gonna put a little bit of another little puddle here. God, I love these little pads, man. You just glue right on top of them and scrape it off later. All right. So need to make sure what I decided I was gonna do. Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to put the glue right in here. And then I'm going to put a little bit on the edge of this. All right. Okay, now again with this, goes to the back side of it and comes across around to the front. And it is square peg, so it should go right into that hole without a problem. And that don't look right. I get the wrong one in, I think. Yeah, that's better. What, I'm a dummy. I'm such a dummy. You know what? Retarded. That's me. All right, put a little glue there. Let's try this again. All right, let's not do that again. This one's going to go on this side, because this is facing forward. Correct. And it goes to the back side of it and comes forward. So it would be, in theory, it would be better if it was leaning downward like it's supposed to be. And there you have it. There's one. Oh my goodness, I did one. All right, a little bit touch glue back here again. And I'm not going to do it to this one because I already got glue on that one. So same thing, make sure it's facing the same way. It is square, so it only goes in a couple of ways. So if you get it in there right, you'll know. All right. Just trying to make sure it's clearing what I need it to. I'm going to lift it up a little bit so it clears the axle, guys, just so everybody knows. All right, so that should actually go like that now, right? Shows that it's here. I'm just making sure I got it right. Making sure it looks all right before I put it to the side and say that's it for the day. Well, that's it for the live for the day anyways. Okay, so bring this up, bring this one up. Let me get my little needle nose here. I'm going to squeeze these back together here before it dries way too much. Yeah, there we go. I felt that go down a little bit. Okay, cool. All right, so there we have it. Brakes are installed. They do go past the chassis, or past the axle. So we're all good. All right, so now we're going to set that to the side and let it rest like it said to. Oop, wait, nope, it's not done yet. I lied. Come on, light. There we go. You know what? I don't even need your anymore. I know what I'm doing here. All right, so we got to make sure we get this right. This one goes over here like this, and then this goes here. There's a little spot in there, right there for it. Again, not getting any glue on anything except for what you're supposed to. Be very careful with this because it's not a really deep hole. I'm just rubbing the end. I'm not even squeezing. I'm just rubbing the end of the glue thing on the edge, right on the hole. Then I'm letting it see. It's just now coming out. There we go. All right. Now, with this going this way, correct. This goes into here. Just got to make sure how it goes. So yes, it goes in here like so. Okay, perfect. Kind of move it around a little bit with a toothpick. It's supposed to be basically straight out and across because it's going to be hooking up to the steering linkage. So you want it almost underneath, right in between the tie rod and the actual axle, so that it can fit the part like right to it, onto it, and be out of the way. Whoops. Handshake. All right. That's about it on the front end, guys. All right. I know it took me 30 minutes to do the lousy front end, man. And I still got to paint it. All right. Now, I did this together so I could paint it and keep it moving when I painted it. So I'm just trying to make sure everything is going past each and everything. Nothing's getting bound. Nope, nothing's getting hit. And also, I would recommend you turn your, I just noticed something on this last piece that we just stuck on, which is, I think, the tie rod for the steering. It's called steering linkage. Okay, so it's a steering linkage. Turn your wheels completely to the left so that you make sure you clear the linkage, and the linkage is not stopping you from completely turning your wheels. Because eventually the linkage will just fall off. It'll keep getting hit. So just make sure that you move that far enough over and far enough down so it doesn't hit the brake. Okay, so just make sure of that. So that linkage should be perfectly level. And that's why it's bent like that, so that it goes around the brake. And right in between, should have something that looks like that. I don't know how good you can see that or not. That end. Trying to get it to you. That end right there. Woo! Is that better? Can't really see it, but I'm talking about that little piece right there. Right there, that little piece right there. So you got to make sure that that one is away from the brake, as well as not hitting the back of the backer plate. All right, so that's done. So we'll let that rest now. That does not look level enough to me, so I need to make that level a little bit more. Oop, wrong end. And my tie rod looked like it tried to come off, and my mushrooming literally stopped it from doing so, so that worked too. Okay, so now we're just going to leave this sitting, just like that, leave it down. Now, this next one is the rear end. We are number 4, rear end. The rear axles. Cement front drive axle housing halves, 151 and 152. All right, let's pop these off, 151 and 52. So that must be the little ones, short ones. Because that's what it looks like. Now, I'm going to make sure of the numbers, but I know that it's these two because I can see them there. But I'm going to check and make sure of the number. All right, so 151 and 152. Can't see it. You can't see it, but I know that's it because of the shorter ones, because then the next step is the longer one. So we know what we're doing. So I'm taking a leap of faith that I know what I'm talking about. Well, guys, we're going to build this one. We're going to start with A, and we're going to get done with A, and then I'm going to sell it off for the night. And maybe I'll do another half an hour one later on, just to kind of finish off this rear end and front end thing so that we can get to work on the chassis on the next live. The next live, I'm not sure if I'm doing it on Plastic Addictions on Facebook or actually coming here. I have a little bit more freedom here than I do on PAA. You know, if you guys want to talk about something other than plastic model cars and trucks, we can do that. Excuse me, we can do that. You know what I mean? On PAA, really, it's kind of like they're all plastic cars and trucks, really, only guys for there. And I like it that way. The members like it that way. We try our best to accommodate everybody. But, you know, we do have a set of rules, and we just don't want our group to be, you know, sloppy with all kinds of different posts other than plastic model cars and trucks. That's what we're really pretty much about, is the fun of the build on those groups. And Plastic Addictions, like I said, is cars and trucks, vans, motorcycles, anything like that could really, you know, can really be put there. But on the Model Asylum, you know, that's why I created that one after that, and Paul agreed that, you know, everything else can go there, anything and everything, so you guys can that do other things other than the cars and trucks, which is, you know, what I'm basically into. You guys got another way to show me what you guys build, and, you know, I love watching you guys build and all the other stuff you do. So, all right, I'm just kind of trying to make this thing, make sure it's where it's supposed to be, because it keeps wanting to slide over and down. Woohoo, strobe light on my light. Flash warning. All right, so there we go. All right, guys, we are doing it. I want to clean this off first. Again, if I go quiet, it's just because I'm focusing on what I'm doing. If I don't focus on what I'm doing, everybody knows I screw it up. I have to redo something. But, again, that's the fun of the build. All right. I don't know if I like that or not. I might have to cut a little bit more of that out of there. Where's my other knife? Woohoo! All right, what I do? Oh, there it is. There's a little piece of sprue in between the spring brackets, the U-bolts on the springs. I'm just trying to smooth it out. Yeah, there we go. This one too. All right, so now we're ready. No, we're not. There's another one on this. All right, so that's gone now. There's an opening on one of these. Make sure you put it in the right place. Okay? Okay, so it's these two little ones and these two big ones are going to go together, okay? I just realized what they were talking about, like a dum-dum. So you're putting your both back axles together here, okay, guys? So that's what we're going to do. Get over here. Now we got to make sure which one's which. It's pretty easy because one's got a pumpkin on it with no hole in it. One's got a pumpkin on it with a hole in it. So Just watch which ones you put where. Because the smaller one goes on the bigger one. All right? All right. Clean those up now too. All right, I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think? Rolling or non-rolling? Do you glue your tires into place so that your build does not roll, or do you leave it to where it's like a toy, you can move it and play with it? So if somebody comes in and they want to move it around, they can. What do you guys do on your cars and trucks? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I agree. You're right there, Sarge, man. If you're not bleeding and got at least a couple of Band-Aids sitting beside waiting to be used, you're definitely not building a kit. Or a scratch for that matter, or any other hobby. You put a hobby knife, put the word knife and hobby in the same thing, and that automatically says you're going to bleed. I agree with you fully. And again, I'm not going to sand it right this second until I get all these pieces, big pieces of sprue leftovers off. I don't really see anything there that needs to be massively sanded. I want everything to fit right and go on right, so I'm just kind of checking for... Okay, all right, so now, again, there are two different ones of these, and you should be able to tell by looking at the picture as well as the numbers on which one goes where and why. Because you're going to put a short piece and a long piece together, but you got to make sure you match up the... what is it called? Oh man, I can't believe it. Pumpkins. Jesus, Christopher Columbus. I saw that. I don't know why it stood out to me, but it did. All right, there's that. This one's all done. Oh, those look a little bent. I pressed them too hard. Ooh, I didn't do that. Woo, watch out for that. I didn't realize they were so soft and tender. The U-joints on this side are really soft and tender. Be careful, guys. They're really thin. But they felt really thick on this side. They're different. Okay. All right, so now we got to make sure of which one goes where and why, guys. I have to make sure of what's what. Okay, so it seems that this is the big block one. And I want to make sure if I turn it over, everything looks like it. Correct. And it looks like this one is the one it goes on because the pumpkin on the other one is flat and has the rounded top. Okay, so here we go. We're doing, let's see what we're doing here. We're doing 151 to 152. And it goes together perfectly. So after that, I'm going to throw a couple of, oh man, I don't have any. Oh yeah, I do. Clamps. Hang on, let me grab a couple of clamps here, guys. Okay, Oz is back. I grabbed a few clamps. Oh, I probably had some right here. Yeah, I got one right there on that stand, man. What a bummer. All right, so there's that. And now we're going to do that. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and glue these together. And I think that's going to be it for today, guys. I appreciate you guys coming out. Sarge, I appreciate you, man. We will see you 1 week from this coming Saturday. And I will probably see you sometime tonight or tomorrow. If Paul does a room or if I do another 30-minute live, it'll only be probably to finish off these axles. Like I said, my analytics say that, you know, you guys aren't watching, nobody's watching all the way through the entire hour, so that tells me I need to shorten some of them up. So I'll be shortening them up to probably 30, 45 minutes as bothered to an hour. You know, some of my build videos go to, you know, streams go to an hour and a half. So I got to watch that hour and 20 minutes because you guys, you know, it's the way it is. It's true. That's all over Facebook and YouTube. You know, that doesn't matter. You know, they don't sit there for an hour unless it's a live event. They're sitting right there and watching it. All right, so there's one down. And we're going to pop the other one together and put it to the side. And thank you very much. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, share, follow. Hit that notification button so you know when I'm doing live videos, live streams, or doing videos popping out, or unboxings, We are going to be back on tomorrow. I can't guarantee it's going to be exactly at 9:30, 10 o'clock, but I will do my best to be by 9:30, 10 o'clock, be out here. My son is working on a way to get himself a place with a couple of his friends here in the next couple of weeks, so I'll be busy doing that for a couple of mornings once they find what they're doing. Also, just so you know, I'm protecting the little pins, the little U-bolts that go to the springs with the clip, actually, is what I'm going to be doing, okay? So that they don't get broken off while moving it around. Right? And you just stand it up there like that. And same thing here. I put the U-clips inside and then just let it sit off to the side. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Sarge, have a good day. I'll see you later on today. Dan, thanks for popping in. Anybody that wants to check us out, you can go to Plastic Addictions Anonymous on Facebook or the Model Asylum on Facebook. You want to email us and you want to get in contact with myself or Paul Lovelace or Samuel Stokes, you can email us at plasticAddictionsAnonymous@gmail.com. That will go directly to this channel and my desk here. If you got any questions, got any comments, got any future things that you'd like to see us do. Again, for another update, Paul will be here this coming Sunday right around 3:30, and we will probably be going live either then or right shortly thereafter. He gets here and rests for a while. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do for the rest of the week. And the following Saturday, we will be in Sarge, in a couple hours away from where I live, up a little northern Florida, central Florida, to check out Sarge and the Military Museum. And you guys got to follow along for that because we're going to be shooting live from that too. Paul will be shooting to one platform and I'll be shooting to another. And our friend Sarge and our member Sarge here is going to be giving us a tour and telling us all about what we're seeing. So guys, got to check that out. Come hang out with us. That'll be next, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday. 1 week from this coming Saturday. Keep an eye out. I'm out of here, guys. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for watching. See you later.